Alright, what's up guys? Today what we're going to do is look at my G1 climb in regular Special League. We looked at the 20-star climb before. The regular, not 20-star, was way more competitive than the 20-star. 20-star was hit 1400, you're in. You can see from my rank there from the past record, you hit 1400, you're fine. That's all you had to do. There were way less than 2,500 people that were playing and interested in getting over 1400. This time, I guess because it's a prelude to the regular RTA that's coming out, and it's just normal, regular RTA. Way more people playing. 1400 was not enough. You had to boost over 1400. So when I made this video, I thought I was fine at, or when I recorded these games, I thought I was fine at 1428. But I ended up having to play one more match, which luckily I did win, and I'll show you that at the end. Because 1428 was not safe. I fell into C3, which is crazy that it rose 500 spots in no time at all. In terms of the victory rate, pretty good, almost 62%. We didn't play a ton, about 3 full days of the 2 weeks if I were to play every day, so 60 and 37. Lot more than we had to play last time, about 30% more, but it was just not as competitive last time. So let's take a look at the matches. We'll talk through the thought process between each one, and yeah, we'll dig into it. All right, and I'll try to fast forward and stuff as needed so that we can not waste any time on things that don't matter. I definitely want to look at the pick ban. I think that's one of the most important things to look at every time. So we're going to dig into those. Here's my first match against this person. I don't know how to say that. We'll wait till the pick bans are out. Okay, so we first picked Veligil, which is pretty rare. To me, that signals a slow comp, but it's not so indicative of a certain strategy that it needs me to change what I want to do. Sierra Oki works just great. I want both those units. They're both really, really good. And Oki is a pretty hard counter to Veligil because generally Oki goes before Veligil, right? He followed up with kind of an interesting combo with the Chiwu and Vigor, which is like, I want turn 1, but no, I don't because I want Vigor. That was odd. So I picked my Chiwu counters, which are Verd and Diana. You know, you have to AoE, kind of. So I'm getting turns somehow off your AoE is kind of how I play that. Then he picked Double Fire, which I had no immunity. The Antares is a pretty good pick into the Diana. I mean, that's the only real counter to Diana, in my opinion. And then the Rika is a really great counter against a no immunity team. So definitely like what he's doing there. I ban the Rika. He bans the Barb because that's a hard counter. It's a blue monster against his 4 red monsters. And I let the Antares through, which is a little bit risky with Diana, but I kind of feel like Diana has no counters. Like, my esteem with Diana is just going up and up and up. Like, I'll play Diana into an Antares. You just gotta play smart. Like, Antares can mess with Diana, but as long as you don't shapeshift, you can't really destroy her terribly. Like, she'll just tank him out real nice. So we got a revenge there, get a bomb off, detonate into the Veligil, which is great, and then now we're in Oki mode because he didn't get the Veligil. Nice defense break onto win there for him. Sierra goes down, reset the Vigor, and now we're just working on the Vigor with Diana not changing forms. So when I play Diana into something like this, where it's a counter, you want to not change forms, because that's an auto lose if they cut, pretty much. But there's a point where you need her to do what she does, which is just nuke like crazy, and you have to take the risk. I felt like at this point, down 3 to 4 monsters, with him having the Vigor up, I needed to take the chance here, so I did. Paid off. I mean, right away, just right after it changed. But we got enough damage in that Vigor to maybe sort of catch up. We're still feeling kind of bad, down 4 to 2, but now it's 3 to 4, and the Veligil's pretty low. They're focusing the Verd, which I think is smart, because they're triple fire into 1 Diana if they do it. It's given the Diana some turns, but not enough to, I don't think, do anything crazy. Get the Veligil down. I think I remember this fight. Alright, so he quits out because I'm able to have Verd and Diana left, which is nice. There's one that kind of played out like that, except it literally played out to like the final attack, and that was not this one, so lucky, lucky. So same thing here. He's picking speed. The theme of this Special League, I think, was speed. It was all speed all the time. If you weren't prepared to defend yourself from a speed comp, you're going to lose more than you would want to normally. Like, usually a turn 2 has some place. I felt like turn 2's place in this league was lower than normal, which is weird. I mean, I can play speed, but it was weird. He first picked the Moor, or whatever it's called, the Ryu or something, which is the speed lead anti turn 1, also turn 1, which is cool. But I'm fine picking my units into that. My speed lead and my fast resetter. He goes double Beast Rider. I go Ethna Verd. Verd being a counter kind of for more and a decent okay counter for Savannah. And then he goes Wunsa and Miho, which is lame. So I picked the Tessa because it counters pretty much everything. If it lives, and I got to ban out the Barb, I believe. Yeah, because the Barb counters my 3 fire units. He bans the Verd, which I think is smart. Letting a Verd that's not going to die play for a while is a pretty bad time. It's kind of like playing a Ragdoll. So we get the fast Ethna into the Savannah, which I think is a great counter to Savannah now because Ethna will always outspeed Savannah just with the base speed, and it can shut her down turn 1, which if Savannah doesn't get going, you're sad because she has to get going to do devastating things. So we get her dead. Happy times. We've got a Tessa into a Miho. And a bomb into a Miho. Like, he left... Of course I left the Miho. I had 2 great counters. And he was okay with that, I guess. So that was an easy win. Speed this up a little bit. Sierra first pick. I think that's a pretty solid first pick for me. This is a speed cleave from him. So he starts picking fast stuff. When you see a Bastat, when you see a Chiwu, you know you're going to get AoE control cleaved-ish. So that's fine. I pick my 2 fast units. And I pick another speed lead in the Vanessa. And then the Ethna is also one of my fast units that can shut down one of his forms of damage. I ban the Savannah because defense break, bad. Losing all my bar, bad. Whereas the blue guy, Triton, I only lose my bar. I don't also get defense broken. So I don't know why Savannah exists like that, but she's devastating. So she's got to go. Got to assume I'm getting first turn here. If I'm not, I'd be very, very surprised. Yep, so we use her 3rd skill to boost our team. So in theory, we'll get a full team off here. We try to reset the Chun-Li, but miss. Sad. We try to bomb the Chun-Li, but miss. So already, we picked correctly, and we had the win, but we missed 2 accuracy checks. So it became infinitely harder. Otherwise, it'd be an easy win. I think it still works out, but when you miss both of your turn 1 counters, sadness. But I got the Vanessa, which is actually pretty nice here. So we KO his 2 damage dealers, and now I'm feeling pretty nice. Even though my health's pretty low, it seems like I'll be alright. We detonate just so she can't do any shenanigans and to try to buy Sierra another turn. Oh, this is that match. Never mind. This is the one I lose. Yeah, I was just too low HP by the end, and obviously there's no chance here, right? So we'll speed it up. But no regrets on that one. You know, if I miss both accuracy checks and I get down to a 1v1, even though I'm way behind in health, that's fine. Like, I played it right. I out-drafted him. He just won the RNG battle. That's fine. I will win those. I will lose those. Everybody does. Like, you can't get salty about the ones that you lose because you're going to win the same amount. Like, the RNG is balanced in this game. Which, don't flame me, but it happens both sides. Like, you will win 15% of the games, maybe, just based on accuracy. 15% of the games you don't deserve to win. You will lose 15% of the games you don't deserve to lose. And it balances out. It just happens. So what you got to do is, with the other 70% of the matches, do the best you can. And that's where you can, I guess, skill. I don't know if it's skill, but that's where your choices can matter, right? All right, so this draft... This, I believe, is the embarrassment of my entire season. When I did this, I just remember at the end of the draft being like, should I just quit? Like, what am I doing? This was such a poor series of decisions on my part that I had to take a break after this one and just think through like what my brain was doing, because it was doing nothing normal here. So I first picked Sierra. Okay, it's fine. We're doing great. He picks my 2 speedy monsters back to back, which is pretty rare to see an Oki Savannah. Into a Sierra, and it kind of threw me off because I'm like, he's doing speedy stuff, but that's what I want to do for speedy stuff. Now I don't have those options. What do I do? So I take the Ethna, which I think is fine, and then I'm like, my brain was like, other speedy stuff, so I took a Triton. That was not smart at all, because Triton's useless. I mean, there's some kind of cleavy things he can work in. I don't have any of that built. If I had maybe a Poseidon built, okay, that's something. I do not. I have him, I just don't have him built for this. So then he doubles down, which is super smart. He goes with a super fast speed leader and the Verd, which is the counter to both win units I played. And then I abandoned speed entirely for this weird turn 2 no healing thing in Veligul and Tyrannus. Veligil and Tyrannus both directly countered by Okeanos. I pick into an Okeanos that I'm probably not going to ban. This is bad news. He follows up with the Juno. He could have put any monster there. Juno's a wonderful choice. He could have put anything there. I'm in big, big trouble. He bans the Sierra, my main form of damage. All he's got to do is kill himself with an Ethna, and he's good to go. So look at this. Oh yeah, it happens exactly as it should. This is how I beat people. This is what he's doing to me. Except I'm playing 3v4 because I picked a Triton, like a fool. So we'll just watch the pain. Yep. So, you know, he didn't kill the Ethna first, which I guess is fine. Doesn't really matter. Veligil's not a bad choice, but he could take down the Veligil anytime he wanted with the Juno. Just the strip and stuff like that. But makes sense if he used the blue Beast Rider, whatever her name is. If he used the Barbara to get going on the Veligil, might as well finish up because he's already down on damage. And I just sat in the pain of this one and watched it happen. I was just like, man, that was not intelligent. And so it was at that point where I was like, I can get G1, but if my brain's working like that, I will never get G1 in this special league or ever again. That is just not smart. All right, let's look on the bright side here. Look at something different. Same thing happens. The same thing happens, right? I pick Sierra. He picks Barboki. I was like, okay, redemption time. I go with the Ethna. I pick the Vanessa to get the speed lead. So now I'm contesting speed pretty heavily. He really doubles down on speed with the Chiwu and Pisama. I'm like, okay, he's got 2 leaders. He's got 2 boosters. That's fine. I go with the Diana because I really like the Diana into Barbara, Chiwu, Pisama. Really, really like it. Oki, not so much, but I'm banning Oki. I don't even care. And then I go Tyrannus because I like Tyrannus into those blue damage dealers, and I'm going to ban the Oki, right? So he picks up the Antares. I'm fine with Antares into Diana's. So let's go. That's what he leaves me with. Totally fine. I've got 3 wind against his 2 water damage dealers, and then the only other threat there is Antares. That seems all right. I'll do that. I don't know what he's going to do about the Tyrannus, because the Tyrannus on reset is a menace. A Tyrannus menace. So we're already blowing up this Barb, and the Barb's dead before he takes a turn. Like, happy times. And so all I got to do is systematically nuke down his blue units and tank the Antares, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Shield up, because why not? I know I'm about to pop it, so I want to absorb as much of that damage as possible. What's nice about popping the Pisama is it gives a bunch of bar to the Diana as well. And then I just got to nuke down the Antares. Like, it's just systematic. It's just such a better game than the last one. Like, so much better. So I feel good about that. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's do this right. So then now I'm kind of in this cycle where they first pick Sierra and I pick what was picked into me. I'm like, okay, that worked okay. We'll try that. I don't like to pick the Barb that early usually, but I did here. Looking at his draft, I feel confident that my Ethna will go first. Maybe not, though. The Mina can sometimes go first, but I'm giving it a good shot. The Lulu is a little bit more passive than the Vigor. I probably would prefer the Vigor here, but I didn't have that opportunity. And him with the Diana into my team is fantastic. I like the Monkey pick because I think the Monkey's a pretty good counter to Diana and the Mina, but I think he was right to ban it out. So the Mina goes first, which is sad times. That Mina is crazy fast. I think this is this is definitely before I rerun my Ethna. My Ethna used to be on Violent 280, and by the end of the league, I put her on Swift 320. From stuff like this, like my 310 units, the Barbara and the Oki are getting outsped by Mina, which that's what Mina does, right? That's smart. I think that might have been a mistake by me to try to stun the Fran. I think I should have gone for the Mina to try to mitigate some of the damage, because this Mina just destroys me. Everything else is somewhat manageable. Only get 1 stun off the Rain of Stones, which is quite bad luck. It's 70% accuracy. And I'm way, way, way behind the Magic 8-Ball here, which seems unrecoverable. I don't think I do recover. I think I put too much resources into the Mina and still haven't killed it yet, so not great. But the draft is okay. I think the Lulu was the weak point. I think I could have done better there. Should have picked something different. Maybe a Praha, something with a strip, something with some cycling. I don't know. I wanted immunity for some reason, but I think that was incorrect. Okay. So this one, very similar. I go with the Lulu again into the Rika Juno. Not a giant fan, and I'm sure he's going to ban the Lulu, but I like the Praha into the Vigor Fran. So I feel pretty good about that. And then he picks up the Diana. I ban out the Diana because the Diana's just strong against everything. The Rika, in my mind, here's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, if he gets the Rika through, I'm either going to reset it with Oki, or I'm going to get immunity with Lulu, right? And avoid it. That's my thought. The wrench in the plan is the Juno, removing the immunity, but I'm like, I'll get one of those. I'll get a fighting chance. Let's see how it goes. Or I can bomb it and stun it or something. So that's why I left it. It's a little bit risky, but I felt somewhat confident. The Diana, had a big concern because I had so much AoE. I don't know. I don't know that I could survive a Diana. And my Praha's pretty squishy. So I missed the reset. Sad. So sad. That would have made my life so much easier. The resetting ability on my Oki is only 57%, so that's not an insane thing to miss on. So then I get the full... He Junos me, I Praha him, though Juno gets more turns on her dots for some reason. I don't know. Why? Why does she get that? Am I just missing something? I need to double check. Alright, so then we rain stones. We're feeling pretty good. We get the Fran. The Juno heals to full, but I feel okay, because I've got the water unit against the double fire units, and I've got a decent amount of control. So now it's just a matter of making it happen. We finally reset the Rika. Back to Rain of Stones. Give Rika bomb. Get Rika locked down. Just to kill the Rika. We just got to kill that thing, right? So now we do. And the Praha is against the Juno. My Praha is doing more damage than his Juno, so it's an auto win. He cannot win. I like Praha into Juno because she does the same thing, just with advantage. It's nice. And my Praha's on crit damage, which I like quite a bit. All right. Very similar draft, and you notice, I don't know if this happens to y'all, but for me, if I have a unit that performs, they like level up in my estimation. Like I'm like, Praha, even better than before, so I bump her up in the draft. Probably not smart, but I tend to do that. I should probably leave them where they belong in their normal slots. Praha's not a second pick. She's more of a fourth or fifth pick in my mind. Some people first pick Praha, so, whatever floats your boat. So this is what we get. I know I've got Speed Lead. I know I've got Barbara. I'm a little concerned about all that wind. But I have options, right? I have options to deal with them. I can bomb. I've got things that I can do. I feel pretty good about locking down this Savannah. I don't know if I actually do, but I feel pretty good about it. All right, I bomb out the Antares. Don't quite get the kill, which is sad. Look at that. Oh, so close. So close. I think I went... Did I go skill 1 with my Vanessa? I think I could have done more with my Vanessa, even if doing more is just runing better. But we've almost got the Antares done, and once the Antares is done, Diana is going to go nuts, and they know it. Sierra's back. We'll take away Savannah's power there. My goal is to try to bomb her off the mount, so the bomb is the kill, but it gets the cleanse. All right, so Diana's hanging by a thread. There, Ethna's not feeling great. Diana finishes off the Savannah with just a hair of health, and that's all it takes. All right, moving on. Speed this up a little bit, then we'll pause. All right, so... This is a cleave. You may recognize it. Yeah, so he's got triple speed lead, which is a little odd. I think the 24%, whatever that one is, Shimate probably should be another AoE if this is what he wants to do. I think if he's got those two premium speed leaders in the Trinity and the... I don't know what its name is. Bad Yanhong. He probably should do that, but what do I know? I mean, the Shimate is AoE as well, so it's not terrible. He picked it before he saw the Vanessa, so it was a pretty good pick. He probably knew he was banning the Oki, would be my guess. No, he banned the Vanessa, so he wanted to play speed lead. He's counting on his Trinity and Bad Yanhong to outspeed my Barb, which is a pretty good thought. This is after I ruined my Ethna up. She's now sitting at 320 for stuff like this. There's enough of this going on that I think it was worth it. I go second skill. It's a debatable choice. I could have gone into lockdown and locked down one of his units. Probably the Lucian would have been smart, since there's nothing he can do if I lock it down, and I would definitely lock it down. So that's probably a misplay on my part, especially because he cuts, right? I'm like, oh man, I'll be fine at 310. Nope, not fine at 310. His Lucian is tuned to that 15% boof? 15% buff off the bad Yanhong. Maybe she's the good Yanhong, I don't know. I get the kill because the Ethna cycled enough, which is kind of lucky. I didn't really anticipate that. That was kind of lucky on my part. And things are hanging tough. Good job, Oki being fire. Oki gets the stun, and then we're done. So we win with a misplay, which is kind of nice. But that's just speed working out, All right. So he first picked Sierra. I went Vanessa Oki, which this is, I believe, post Vanessa buff. And I was like, maybe Vanessa, I don't have Sierra, and I want a speed lead. He goes with the Chunpeng Beta, which is fine. The Chunpeng is annoying, but if I go first, it's less annoying. And then I go double wind, he goes double fire, and then I finish up with Praha, which he bans. I ban the Sierra, because I'm looking at his damage, and there's not a ton of damage. I just need to deal with the control pretty quick, and I feel pretty confident that the Oki can do that. I'm going to slow it down. So there's the Chun-Pung. Diana gets a turn. This is probably crazy of me. I go for it with glancing. Not something I was even paying attention to. You see I missed the last one, so I'm not at full bar. Sad. He does Grant Life, which is great, because that's his revive. And my Diana gets away with it. She gets away with her crime. Oh, man. She gets away with so much crime. So she gets a proc, so she gets another rotation off that. Hey, look! It's Diana being insane. We get a full kill because Diana procs twice. That's how it goes. 22%. Diana's crazy. So Oblivion's and Diana, very smart. He's countering everything, which, after the first counter, I should not have attacked it with the defense broken unit. That was dumb. That was a bad misplay on my part. So the little things like that I need to pay more attention to that can make or break a game that you, after the game is over, you're like, RNG, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, no, why did I attack something that had just shown counter with a defense broken unit? That's not smart. I think I was hoping to transfer defense break is what I was hoping to do, but not smart. All right, so that thing countered twice in a row. Watch this. It's violent. It countered twice in a row with violent. I was a little bit salty when I saw that happen. I was like, man, 215% is back to back. But that's how it goes. I did just do crazy Diana things. Look, it counters again. 3 of the 4 times I hit it, it counters. But I cannot complain because my Diana, oh my gosh. So we win that one. All right, these are the 2 matches that were mentally tricky to me because I just wasn't prepared. Like, my brain was not ready. So he picked Oki. I feel good going Sierra Barbara. He goes Pontos. This is new buffed Pontos. And I'm like, ooh, new buff Pontos. And then he goes Light Bison, which I don't think I've ever fought. I kind of know what it does, and I kind of know what buff Pontos does. But I'm like, this is suspect. I banned the Oki. Feeling pretty good about it because I have some good counters against the Savannah. But, yeah, problems. I remember both of these games being problems. So I get the stun on the Savannah, which is what I want. I elect to attack the Chiwu to get some bar boost. I probably should have gone after the Pontos if I was smarter, knowing what the Pontos does with the full cleanse and like all the crazy things. Should have definitely gone after the Pontos and then locked it down with the Sierra. That would be smart. But I did not do that. I was obsessed with this Savannah, as I often am. Got it down. I'm feeling great, actually. But that's some good damage. And then this happens. And then, yeah, I can't do anything for like 2 turns because I used all my strips. So I'm just chilling. And it's like he besteaded me because there's 2 full rounds that I can do literally nothing. It's just I'm here, I'm present. My skills are cooling down as I use them uselessly, but that momentum was enough to just wreck me. And now he's finally attackable again, but it's too little too late. My Vanessa's like sad times. It's close-ish, but not close enough. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Someday. There we go. All right, so I get him again. And I'm like, okay, let's be smarter. We know what Pontos does. So I'm thinking, let's pick an AoE strip right away. So I take the Praha and the Sierra again because I think I need it. I need the speed lead. He's going speed, right? I know he's going speed. All right, let's wait and go. All right, so he's got double Beast Rider, which is terrifying. I don't want to face that. So I go with the Leo, which is the counter, and I think a Force Ban. I pick up the Josie as a single target strip and a anti-stun unit, because I'm thinking I probably got to face that Oki, right? But no, I ban the Oki, he bans the Leo. Okay, so the anti-stun's not as good with the Josie, but it's still a strip. I've got 1 AoE strip, 1 single target strip, and 1 unreliable single target strip with the Veligil. So I'm thinking, okay, I just got to kill me some Beast Riders. What could go wrong? And I mean, they're Beast Riders, so a lot, right? All right, so I get first turn with the Pra, which is interesting. I wait on using the skill 2 because I know Pontos is coming, so I have to wait. I get defense broken with the Praha, which is sad times. And, yeah, sad times. What I should have done is cleansed and buffed immunity with the Veligil. And I don't know why I didn't. That was a huge misplay, and it cost me my Praha here. Cost me. Now I'm working on the Barb. I'm definitely behind the 8 ball, but I just got to kill me some Beast Riders and I'll be alright. That's my thought process. I'm like, I'm close. Maybe. I've got violent units. Josephine can be crazy, but I'm not getting stunned, so I'm not getting the shield. And Josephine's also not stunning. Like, she's missing her stun quite a bit, her skill 1. Like, sadness. So much sadness. And then we're at the same situation. We did way better than last time, but we're so far behind 1-1. I've got the damage dealer, but my health situation as it is rough. I try to strip the invincibility, and I'm just playing around with this unit, trying to see how it works. He's emoting. Love it. Love to see it. All right, so I'm like, well, if I get that guy 4 times, I might figure him out by the end, but being on your back foot against a recently buffed unit is tough. And so then I immediately go into a LD Flexor, which why wouldn't you if you had those 3? So he's got the triple buff removal with the Han and the Rocky. So the Han is the main source of damage. The water guys probably build damage, and then the Rocky can enable stuff, but the Han's definitely the main problem. So I go full speed. I go double speed lead. I go all 3 of my fast units, and I'm like, let's go. I got 1 violent unit in Sierra. Everything else is on Swift. I leave the Han because his speed lead doesn't matter. I don't think. I think I will outspeed the Bearing or whatever, as no matter what, because I'm getting a speed lead and my fast units. I don't know that I can outspeed the Wusa. The Wusa's base speed versus the Ethna's base speed is scary. And I leave the water guy because I got bigger problems. I got so many problems. The water guy is not my biggest problem. And I've got some things that can kill him. All I got to do is kill his Han. So I get to go first. Yay. Looking at the bars. Thank goodness my Ethna is Swift. Lockdown Han. Barber gets to go also, which means the Bearing is not as fast as I thought. Because it's under 310 is what it means. Which isn't unreasonable. It's just it's under 310. We try to reset the whatever it's called, Kraka. Which would be amazing, but we miss, and that makes everything harder. And I'm like, oh, because we could kill ourselves a Han and not have a Kraka be a problem, but we miss. So now I'm trying to just stun it so that I can kill the Han in peace and not get like harassed basically by the revive. So we get the Han off the bomb. Now we got to kill a Kraka. Close, very close, not close enough. Look who's back. It's Han. Sadness. But I feel okay. I can do some stuff to him. So I slow him, right? I attack into something that can take no damage because his damage is based on speed. So if I can slow him, that's great. Then I stun him, and I'm feeling real nice. I just got to do a bomb or a capture, whatever. And I'm overcommitting to killing the Han because if it procs or if anything happens, that Han will tear me up. So I prioritize the Han over everything else. So that's what I do there. I know how Han can be awful. All right. Last 2 matches here of the initial recording. So this kind of has some nice closure to it in that it's the same thing. The Sierra countered by the Barb Oki, which I saw a lot of that early on, and it was the source of my like massive misplay. So there's some symmetry to it that I face it again towards the end of my climb where I got to deal with it correctly. I really am liking picking up the Vanessa on the early side because it forces them to commit to speed leads and messes with their flow a little bit. Like I don't feel like I see as many chung pungs when I respond like this. Whereas if they didn't feel they had to worry about speed, they might not. They might go right into the chung pung, which I don't know. Maybe that's just in my mind. I picked the Veligil and the Lulu, the double cleanse, double immunity, which I love. But I'm smart. I banned the Oki. The Oki is the only thing that can mess with my Veligil, other than it dying. So in theory, it could barb Ganny and be reset, right? Or it could Chiwu Ganny. There's ways. But I feel okay. I've got the double speed leads, I've got the double cleanse, and now I get to keep both of them, which is happy times. All right, so I locked down the Barb with the Ethna, which is so nice. So nice. It's nice to have an actual defense against that mess that usually goes first and sets up the entire team. If you mess up their setup, usually in a pretty good spot. So I feel great about that. He does skill 2. Does cool down the Vela, which is smart. But I've still got the Lulu, and I'm like, if Lulu gets a turn, Lulu's going to cleanse this, and I'm going to have immunity, and that'll be great, and I love immunity. All right, so we're bombing the only thing we can bomb in the Ganny, right? He manages to kill the Lulu before I get to do my immunity, which is sad. Not unexpected, but sad. The Lulu is pretty beefy, but, Barb is pretty good, right? All right, so we steal all her stuff and stun her again, and we're just all in on the Barb, because the Barb is the only damage source. Like, if I can kill the Barb, I'm going to be in great shape. And I've got the monsters to do it. I've got the wind monsters. So I just got to kill this thing, right? Let's kill it. I don't even care about Ganny. Like, reset me if you want, but I got to kill this Barb. And we're super, super close to doing it. All right, so we finally get our immunity up, and then that's it. So that was nice. All right, second match. Same guy, which is unfortunate for him. And I feel good about it because I just beat him. I'm like, I can do this. So we do a direct reversal. He picks the Sierra, I pick his stuff, which I think is fun whenever that happens. He goes Fran Ganny, I go with the same thing, Ethna, Vela, and I like the Vela a lot more paired with the Oki because there's less counters, right? Then he goes Aegir, Tyrannus, and so I go Diana because Diana nukes everything on this board hard. And I feel great about this matchup I just got to ban correctly. And I think Sierra's the ban here. Yeah, because Sierra's the burst damage. Sierra is the kill to a lot of things if he gets a strip. If he strips my Vela, Sierra kills. If he strips my Barbara, she's, you know what I mean? So like that's the thing. I'm a little worried about the Egger, but not that worried. It's not that good anymore. Or it's not that meta. And hey, it's not on Will. So I try to boost bar into it. Miss the reset on the Ganny, which is sad, and don't get the double crit, so I don't boost bar as much as I would have liked, which is why I get cut by the Fran here. He's working on the Diana. I'm actually okay with him cooling down the Diana when his other option was Veligil? Or was Veligil had a Will, maybe? Yeah, that was the thing. Had he been able to Egger into the reset, he would have probably done the Veligil. So Barb's getting abused a little bit, but it's fine. She's hanging tough. Get some good damage there. We're going all in on the Egger because in my mind, that is the problem. And if he does try to res it with the Tyrannus, if he puts the res on it, the Diana will strip it. So he has to wait till it dies to res, in my mind. So I'm like, that's fine. So we kill it. We flip. Stun. Hey, it's our birthday. Diana doing crazy things again. So we nuke Fran pretty good. And she's hurting. No, never mind, she's dead. So that went great. We then get to cool down the Tyrannus, and we know we're done here. We've got double fire and a double win with a Diana in our pocket. So we just got to go make it happen here. Get the stun that time, which is nice. And then he's done, and it's just the Tyrannus, and we're done. So I thought that was it, right? So I think I show the runes here in a minute. We'll take a look. 2100. It doesn't say how much time is left. Maybe do I go check it? Let's see. Yeah, 13 hours left, 2100. So I fall 400 spots in 13 hours, which to me seems like a lot compared to past seasons. So kind of crazy. But here I show all the runes here, so you can take a look. And then I thought I was fine, but I had to play one more match. And I'll see if I can't find that match at the end. So here's all my units. Barb, Oki. That's my anti-Leo Verd. Love it. Love it. Normal Verd, Tessa, Sierra, Veligil. I kind of like that Veligil build. The crit rate is good and the speed is good. Like, that's hard to do. Or at least it's hard for me for a while. The Vanessa build is pretty bad, but I love the 90 res. Like, it's actually an impactful amount of res. We'll see how it works. But it might work against Okis occasionally. I don't know. Should work against Barbara's, though. Here's Diana, the little beast. Tyrannus, didn't get to use him much. So, yeah. Hey, look. It's the movie starting over. Let's go ahead and stop it, and I will pull up my actual Summoners War here. And we'll show you the final match that I played. So let's see. We haven't done anything yet, so we should have it still. Yeah, so here's where we ended up. We basically had to play one more match, and that one match moved me up like 1,100 spots, which is crazy. One win, 1,100 spots. I just find that wild. All right, so this was the last one here. Against Champ something. This one I can't pause, so I don't know why I'm trying to. It'll happen as it happens. All right, so he's Sierra's. I go Oki, Vanessa. He goes Fran Vigor, and I'm feeling great with the Ethna Diana. He follows up with the Miho Rika. I ban the Rika because it messes with everything, and I'm just going to deal with the Miho, right? If he picks Miho already, I'm like not impressed. Miho's sort of like a panic pick in my mind. It's you're wanting RNG to win you the game instead of the most optimal pick. So usually if someone's willing to pick Miho, I feel okay. I'm going to let him do it. So Diana gets the kill, or the stun, and then Diana does Diana things. Is unhappy with the emote. Diana gets cut by the Fran, which is scary, but it doesn't seem to matter. And now, in my mind, all I got to do is kill the Vigor, because the Vigor is what enables the kills with the defense break and the anti-crit. So I'm all in on Vigor here. He's trying to keep Vigor alive, but I go into the anti-crit, which is a bit of a risk, but I need the kill, and it pays off. My Diana is fine, gets buffed up, or boosted by the Vela. And then we're feeling really, really good. Just got to kill ourselves a Fran, which we're very close to doing. Probably should have just stayed and shielded there, but I needed to kill that Fran, so that's what I did. And so now it's just me and Miho. Let's go, Miho. You know you're dead, Diana. I think his targeting of the Diana is poor, because Diana's clearly critting like crazy. We capture, and I guess we miss one crit. I guess. So that's great. Maybe it was a dot. I don't know exactly, but it worked out very well. And you know, he was I think at 1426. Yeah, so he was right where I was. If he won, he's G1. If I won, I'm G1. But no offense, champ. What is his name? I can't see. I mean, he picked Miho and he emoted a lot, so I don't feel bad, because those are things that I don't feel bad about. All right, so that was everything. Kind of a lot, but G1 in Special League is not something I push for a lot. This was, I enjoyed it. It was not a ton of matches, and I felt pretty good about where I was at in terms of fighting against the meta. We will see how it turns out this season. Good luck to everybody just starting the season, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.